after this second time, back to your D sus2, and then back to a G after that. So, alright, one more video for this song just because I've had a couple more questions about it. The chords for What Are You Listening To? Okay, so in the beginning, he's doing a lot of leaving the ring finger right here on the, which would be a D note, and since we're capoing on 3, it's not technically the D note, but we're just going to call it a D note for now because in other examples of the songs that you might want to use this, it would be a D note. Okay, so with our G, a lot of the time he's not using his first finger on that 5th string, on that B note, okay? He's just kind of muting that string, or not using it, leaving it off, just for simplicity's sake. But then he goes into the D chord, and for this time he just plays a D sus2, which means that instead of a full D, he leaves his ring, not his ring finger, he leaves his middle finger off of the E string. So you get that kind of a... And much of the time when he's switching chords, you'll find that he hammers, he hits the open strings and then hammers into that chord. Or he might do a D sus and hammer into a D. Also, sometimes he does he gets these two down for the D, and he hammers onto the 3rd string, 2nd fret. That note. Okay, so there's no like, this is how you play this song. You'll probably watch, if you watch several different videos, you'll see him do it. He doesn't do it the same. It's the same ideas he's using, but he'll switch up when and where he uses those different ideas. Then we go into our A minor, and you'll find that he hammers that whole A minor a lot of the time. Okay. You'll also find that he often, for this song, uses an A minor 7, which all you got to do for an A minor 7 is lift up that ring finger and let the 3rd string ring open. Okay. Then we walk from that, we walk into the B, and we hammer that on. Okay, so we're leaving this finger down on from our A minor or A minor 7. Then we hammer that 5th string, 2nd fret. Then we walk into the C. Okay? And when he gets to C, you'll find that he uses this C suspended 4 a lot of the time. Like he'll leave that 4th string open, and sometimes he'll hammer on to that 3rd, or he'll lift off from the 3rd. So you're getting this sound here. So from that A minor 7, okay, and then we go back into our D. And we can hammer on with that, hammer on or not with that D suspended 2. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so that'd be the first part. Now, the next part, once he starts singing, he goes from the G to the A minor. We still get that walking up B note there, and then into our C chord, and to our D chord. So this would be our main one. G, A minor, we walk up to the C, to the D. And remember, a lot of times we're using our hammer-ons, and we're using these a little bit different chords. So the G, a lot of times we won't play this finger, hammer on, or we'll hammer on to the A minor 7, and then walking up to the with that B note, hammer on, leaving this first finger down for that from that A minor 7. and then walking into the C. Lift that finger up for a C sus4, then the D sus2. You can do it or not, you know, however you want to do it, whatever kind of sound you're looking for. So go into the chorus. We go into the chorus, we'll come back, we're going to do the same thing for our G. Then we're going to D next, so it's going to be G, D, E minor would be our regular one, then to C. Okay, now what we're going to do is G, still leaving this guy off most of the time. You don't have to, but it's just you're seeing a few different things you can do while with these, with just your regular open chords, some variations. Now on the D chord, what we're going to do is it's a D sus2 over F sharp. So he reaches up and grabs this F sharp note on the 6th string with his thumb, and a lot of time he'll leave this one open and reaches up. So you're getting this G, you get this walk down sound, okay, when you're going to the D. So G to the D, you're getting that F sharp with that D sus2. Another way you can do that, this right here, if you can't reach your thumb up there, you could take your first finger, bring it up there, and take your middle finger, put it where your first finger was. And you can still let that E string ring open. So it'd be like a... Okay, however you want to do that is cool. And then you see this bass line going down. So, and then we go into an E minor, or in this case, we'll go into an E minor 7. And the way we do that is, instead of playing this regular E minor, we'll lift up our ring finger, and that's a simple E minor 7, just lifting up the ring finger and letting everything else ring open. But what he actually does is he adds another D note. If you know that your 4th string is a D string, he reaches down onto a 2nd string and grabs a 3rd fret, which is another D note. So you get that extra color into it. So we want G, D sus2 over F sharp to the, and leave this finger down, E minor 7. And then we've got, on the next one, we've got a C. And we can leave this guy down, which will give us a C add 9. You'll notice on this whole part, we can just about always leave our ring finger down on the whole chords. Okay, and you'll notice that here, I can still have that same idea with that hammering on the 2nd fret of that 4th string, okay, which gives us which will give us, we can go from a D to an E note. Okay, so that's going to sound good with your C chord or your C add 9. So then we go into the end of the chorus, which brings us back to an A minor, and he uses the A minor 7 in this case. Then he goes to an E minor, but in this case he uses an E minor 7. So you're just going look like. Then he goes into a C, and then he goes into a D sus2, and then we're back to our G. E minor 7, C, D sus2, and G. So if we put that together from the beginning of the chorus. Now you can do, like I said, you can do it however you want. It doesn't matter if you don't do it the same every time. If you're not good at doing something, I would recommend getting some repetition doing it the same every time, but it's going to sound good as whatever chord you use. But I'm just giving you a little in-depth explanation of what's going on with these chords as he's doing them. Now into the bridge. We've got a C, an E minor 7, an A minor 7, back to an E minor 7. C, E minor 7, A minor 7, E minor 7, back to C. Okay, so this second time, back to your D sus2, and then back to a G after that. So that's pretty much it. The rest of it is just a repeat of what we've already done. So I hope that has been helpful for you. Hopefully you can see they're all open chords, but there's some variations of them, and those variations are very helpful in anything else that you're doing. So try it out, use it in other things that you already know how to do. Alternate out in different songs that you use, say a C chord or a D chord or an A minor or E minor. Alternate those out with these chords and see what you come up with. I think you're going to like it. Anyway, my name is Michael Lipsmeyer, and I'll see you soon.